Blue Apron, HelloFresh. You've seen them both advertised, and they are very similar, but there is one clear winner, and I'm going to tell you who it is. I got a chance over the past couple of weeks to order them, to receive the boxes, to look at the ingredients, to cook up a couple of the meals, eat them with my family, and I'm going to share all my thoughts and kind of put them against each other and tell you which one is the best one. Now, starting off with the ordering process, that was pretty much straightforward for both of them. It kind of walked you through the process. You get a lot of different options, you know, what meals you want, how often you want them delivered, when you want them delivered. All of those options were very similar on both of them. I would say the only difference was with Blue Apron, I found their website a little more difficult. Not bad by any means, but navigating it, I got locked out a couple of times. It always saved my order, which was nice. You know, maybe that was an internet problem, but it just seemed a little less intuitive than with HelloFresh. And I do want to say too, before I get too far into this, that if you want to try out either one of these on your own, I'm going to include a discount link in the description below for both of these, and you get a really great discount on your order. Again, then you have all the flexibility of what you want to get and how often and all of that. But you get a tremendous amount of money off of that. And I got to tell you, I've been doing this a little while, and this is one of the best discount codes that I've been able to offer. So by all means, check that out. Try these out for yourself, and then come back and let me know your thoughts of which one is best. But we continue on. Now, I did these separately. They were about a week apart. And they were both delivered around the winter months for me. So it was still very cold outside, but they were both packaged really well. Insulated box. They had all of the ingredients separated, a nice big ice pack in the bottom, and everything was well laid out, the instruction cards. Again, very similar and very packaged really well. I would say one slight advantage was Blue Apron had this really nice insulated bag that sort of everything was sitting in. HelloFresh was lined in cardboard and was very well insulated, but that bag was kind of neat and something I saved just in case I need a little quick like grocery size bag to throw some ingredients in to keep refrigerated. But other than that, they were all very similar. So I want to talk a little bit about the ingredients, because I have to say for both of these, I was really impressed at the quality of the ingredients. These didn't feel like they were sitting on a shelf for a long time. It didn't feel like it was packaged up a month ago. Both of them had really good quality items in there. Again, I would say Blue Apron, their one kind of advantage was, and part of it was the type of menu that I ordered was I had the flank steak tacos and the salmon. And both of those were really good quality cuts of meat or fish, however you look at it. And that says nothing about the ingredients from HelloFresh, because they were also really good. I just didn't have those kind of meats in there. We had the chicken sausage bolognese and the enchiladas, which had like a ground beef in there. But they were good quality ingredients as well and very fresh. So as I was preparing the meals, one of the things that really stuck out to me, and I have to say this, I say this I think in every video, is I'm not a professional chef. I enjoy cooking. I like eating more. I like trying different things. I like, experimenting with different menus, but I'm not a great improviser. I'm not a great, we're out of this, I'll substitute this kind of chef, which is one of the reasons why I really love these home kit deliveries and why I wanted to do this series of videos, because I love this idea of being able to receive a box in the mail. I picked it out. All the ingredients are picked out. That's the other thing. I'm not great at grocery shopping. I can pull things off the shelf, but I always forget something. I always miss some element. So that's why this is a really great service, either one of them, to be able to pick out what you want. All the ingredients come, and all the instructions that match up with that is right along with there. And again, if you want to try it out, discount code in the description below. But I love this idea, and it's a great way of feeling like you're cooking, feeling like you're doing a little bit of something rather than just ordering food out or having food delivered something like that. And it's sort of all, the big part of the work is done for you. Now, once I receive it, I can follow instructions really well and check the things off the list and cut, and I know my way around the kitchen. But it's nice to have that all laid out for you. And with that, I think HelloFresh, their instructions were really, really easy to follow. I would say, and this goes for both of them, the prep time was a little bit off for me. I think it takes me longer to wash and chop up all the ingredients than what they said. Blue Apron, I felt like had a lot of steps kind of stacked in there. Instructions, the print was a little small. I got confused about the peppers at one point during that one. And again, if you want to see the full cooking videos of those recipes, my review as I'm cooking those, you can click on the cards on the screen or in the description. But again, I'm somebody that when I look at the instruction card, I got to follow step by step, and I read it and reread it. And this is sort of a blanket instructions for anybody that gets these, is definitely read through the instructions ahead of time. Being new to this, there was a couple of things that I guess I should have known, ingredients that I had to supply, like olive oil, salt and pepper, and certainly I think that added to the time too, that I was kind of digging around trying to find the right pan that I needed for whatever we were cooking. But I felt like, the Blue Apron instructions were a little bit more complicated or just a little bit more wordy, which for me is a little bit more challenging. It wasn't something that I could just look at and go, I need to do this and I do that. So I'm a little confused about this. Okay, the lemon zest, skip that. So for me, that's something that really kind of stuck out, was the challenge in the instructions, because I want it to be easy. And the other thing too is once you get multiple dishes going at one time, and this happened in both of these, or I should say all 4 of these meals, that there was multiple things going on at one time, things on the stove, things in the oven, prepping some sauce or whatever, and it got a little stressful. I think these would be great things to do as a family or as a couple, where one person could be doing one thing while the other person's doing another. And I think that would cut down on the time too. So it's a great thing to do, great activity to do with a family. My daughter is only 2, so not a whole lot of help in the kitchen, but I could see if you have a little bit of older kids, it would be fun to kind of get them involved as well. So then we sat down to eat it. And I gotta say, both of them, it sort of worked out where there was one dish I really liked and one dish that I was so-so about. In the case of HelloFresh, I really liked the enchiladas. We kept that recipe card and plan on making that again. The actual enchiladas of those and how it was made and assembled and baked in the oven with the cheese on top, really kind of straightforward. Once I did it, I was like, this could be repeatable with similar ingredients. And it was just really delicious. So we ordered 4 servings for each of these meals. We're a family of 3. We like leftovers, so we thought no problem having some extra. And that really went pretty far. Everybody got to eat, and I think we got 2 or 3 lunches out of that later. And it really went a long way. In fact, when I was putting all the enchiladas in the pan, I thought I was going to run out of room or not have enough toppings, but everything was like portion sized out really well. The other menu item that we ordered was the chicken sausage bolognese, which was good. And it was something that I probably never would have ordered on my own or if I was at a restaurant. Another real nice advantage to these type of kits is you kind of get to pick out things that you wouldn't normally choose. So that's always kind of fun. And so that one was okay, but it wasn't something that I think I would necessarily repeat. I'm not a huge chicken sausage fan, as much as I try to like it and use it once in a while. For my taste, just isn't something that I really all that much enjoy. Then with Blue Apron, the flank steak tacos, oh my gosh, those were delicious. And the side potatoes that were baked with that, which honestly I thought was kind of a strange pairing with tacos, but those were so good. And again, once I did the whole process, it made perfect sense. I was like, this I could do again. Add some cheese, add some seasoning, bake them. Once you do all that, really, really good. And then the steak tacos, the one thing on the instructions, the timing was like almost perfect with the steak to cook that to the right doneness. Again, that would be different for everybody, but those were delicious and we were able to assemble, more of those. The potatoes didn't go as far as I had wanted with that one, but we certainly have leftover taco filling to put in there and sauce to add to it. So that was a great standout. And then the other one on there was the salmon with farro, which is like a rice or a quinoa sort of thing. And again, it was okay. The salmon was really good, and it was cooked with the skin on, which I like, and I'm sure if I was a chef, I could understand why that is. I think it adds more flavor in that, but some of the seasoning felt like it got lost in the skin, because I personally don't eat the skin. I know you can, but just not my thing. And that one seemed to work out pretty good. I think we got one extra meal out of that. So between the two, my daughter's like, doesn't quite eat the full portion size of others, but she's a little funny about salmon anyway. So that one we got, I think we got 1 or 2 extra meals out of that. But yeah, I think so it sort of balances out there. With Blue Apron, I would say when I was looking through the options, at least the week that I was ordering it, was a great range of options on there. But for my taste, or the things that I tend to gravitate towards, I didn't feel like there was as many options as what I would have wanted. I always say I'm not a real adventurous eater. I know what I like, and I'm willing to try just about anything. But when it comes down to I'm picking, usually I go to restaurants and there's 3 or 4 items that I always go between. Once in a while I'll venture out and try something different, but I'm not real adventurous. So there was a lot of different options, great variety, but I found it like those were kind of the top picks for me, was the steak tacos and the salmon. I knew those were safe bets. But I felt with HelloFresh, there were several items. I picked my 2 favorites, but I could have ordered 2 or 3 different ways on that. And so overall, it was a great experience for both of them. Again, they're very similar in how they're structured, how the instructions are, the types of ingredients, the types of meals, and it worked out kind of balancing, one really good, one okay. But in my opinion, overall, I think the clear winner here is HelloFresh. I think it came out ahead that the instructions were a little bit easier to follow. I think that the portion sizes were a little bit bigger and went a little bit further. And I think that the flavor, the taste, and the types of ingredients and the elements that were presented in there sort of won out. For me, I think the 2 biggest things that I look at with these meal kits is the instructions, because I gotta cook them myself, and the taste, because obviously if it doesn't taste good, what's the point? And I think those 2 sort of really excelled just enough on the HelloFresh side for that to win. So that's the winner. If you put HelloFresh and Blue Apron head to head, that's the winner. But again, there is a great discount code in the description below. Click on that, be able to get a great discount, save some money, and let me know. Maybe you disagree. So let me know in the comment section if you also agree that HelloFresh is better, or if you like Blue Apron better. Thanks so much. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit the like if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you in the next episode, where we cook up something yummy.